you said Mary's main role essentially is to shine the light on Jesus.
To point to Jesus, your take us to Jesus.
Yeah. So as I was looking at this, I did see a prayer from 2013 from Pope Francis where he's praying to Mary. And he says, Mary, woman of listening, open our ears. Grant us to know how to listen to the word of your son, Jesus. Mary, woman of decision, illuminate our mind and our hearts. I think it's kind of a summary of kind of what you're saying. At the moment when I hear that, I think automatically, what is the role of the Holy Spirit? When we look at some of the roles of the Holy Spirit, for example, back in John's Gospel, in John 16, when the Spirit of truth comes, he'll guide you into all truth, and then he will glorify me, for he will take what's mine and declare it to you, right? He will glorify me. The Spirit's job is to illuminate the beauty of Jesus for us, to Christians. Right? Here we go. Is that still on? Here we go. And then I think of 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians 4. For God, who said, let light shine out of darkness, has shone in our hearts to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of God. Right? That's the role of the triune God, to take our hearts and show us the glory and the beauty of Jesus. And then one more, 1 Corinthians 2. The natural person does not accept the things of the Spirit of God, but the Lord gives it to them, and we have the mind of Christ. So when a Protestant hears this, we're saying, why do we need an additional person to shed the light of how beautiful Jesus is when we actually within us have the Holy Spirit, whose primary job is to enlighten or illuminate our minds to see the glory of God, to save us, to open our eyes? Why do we need someone else? And that's where this diminishing comes in, because if Bible has made it clear that's the role of the Spirit to open our eyes to see the beauty of Jesus, why add on Mary when that's never described as Mary's role in the Bible?
Okay, great. I really appreciate that you had pointed that out. And I too, I want to laud people who are nervous about that. I think that that's a good thing. I think that's the tradition that I came out of. Thank you, John. And that's one of the things that I want to point out. Now, if I can find it where I put in my notes. At the same time, I would say from that same upper room discourse that Jesus is having with his disciples in the Gospel of John, just a little bit later. This is John chapter 17 now. I did find it. And we know this from Isaiah 42. Many of you may be writing this down as a question for me as well, where God says, I am the Lord, that is my name. I will not yield my glory to another or my praise to idols, right? Now, fast forward to Jesus in the upper room with his disciples during the high priestly prayer. In John chapter 17, verse 20, he says, I pray not only for them, his apostles, who he's just completed praying for, but also for those who will believe in me through their word. It's all of us, right? Everybody who's come since that time. What does he say? He says, so that they may all be one. And that's why we're doing this here tonight, to grow in our unity, right? Why? As Father, as you are in me and as I in you, they also may be in us. Just pause and think about that for a moment. What is Jesus asking? He's asking that the unity that is shared amongst believers is on par with, if not equivalent to, the unity of the three persons of the Blessed Trinity. That's profound in and of itself. Why? That the world may know that you have sent me, may believe that you sent me. It's part of the church's mission. Unity is fundamental to the church's mission.